any person of good conscience must be worried at the ballooning level of indebtedness in West Africa and Africa, as a whole. And of course, Nigeria is a very big part of Africa, and the biggest economy in Africa with the largest population. Now, the question again is, when we talk about borrowing and indebtedness, we ask ourselves, is it something that can be absolutely avoided? And the question in most cases is no. And the examples that we all often give is even about those economies that are regarded as developed and doing very well today, have different levels of indebtedness to other nations and to multilateral bodies. So while agreeing that yes, because of the usual gap between available resources and target expenditure, there are usually need, to borrow. The question which bothers the mind of, or which should bother the mind of every person who is interested in these matters, is the sustainability of this debt, and to what purpose do we apply the monies borrowed. Now, I agree that because of the general lack of proper information and understanding, people do ask questions, oh, what have we borrowed on? And we have had quite a number of reckless examples of borrowing in the last 30, 40 years, of our nation. We have, and this doesn't only have to do with the federal government. Even state governments, had borrowed money that, you ask, where exactly is this money going to? I have an example of a state in Nigeria that borrowed money, to do some rail project, some light rail project in 2011, 2012. And as we speak, it will interest you to know that that rail project has not gone up to 40%. And the money was borrowed and still being paid back with very high interest rate. We have so many instances like that. But we should not also take our eyes away from the fact that some of the borrowing that we have done as a nation, as the subnationals, have actually had impact. When people talk today about the Kaduna-Abuja rail, it's a product of borrowing. It was implemented, executed, through a loan, from the Republic of China, and a few other infrastructure that we can point to are, funded through borrowing. We had the Sukuk borrowing, through which a few of our roads have been fixed in Nigeria, and so on and so forth.